capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downsides at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures education and training broadcast. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, and which was created by Chad Christian over 4.5 years ago, was incorporated as a legal corporation. Coach has been live every day for the last 2.5 years, presenting information, education, and training on everything investing in the stock markets, stocks, options, futures, and even crypto. He teaches us how to day trade, swing trade, long-term investing, dividend investing, you name it. He teaches us how to do it through his education and through his trading strategies. Glad you could be here today. My name is Mark McSee. I am one of the moderators here with AmericanDreamTrading.com, and I'm glad you could be here today. Anyway, thank you for being here. Those of you who will be joining us on TikTok, I do see that we are able to transmit over ADT Coach. So we welcome you to that account. We are still having some technical issues with our main accounts. Again, that's why I encourage everyone to have a backup account. For those of you on TikTok, you should have an account over on YouTube, and YouTube, have one maybe on TikTok. Also have them. We are also on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, X, you name it, we're on it. All the major social media networks. So always get a backup in case something happens technical wise. Even though we weren't able to transmit over our main TikTok one, we are transmitting today over the ADT Coach account today. So for those who only had that one account, they're not able to view us. So have a backup. You never know, YouTube could go down, have some issues. So get that backup accounts. And if this is your first time here today, I ask that you click subscribe and also that notification button. That way you do not miss any of our live broadcasts. We are live 3 times a day here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Coach is live from 9 to 11 Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I am live with the Futures Education and Training broadcast each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 2 to 4. And we have our aftermarket show with Dawn over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. And she's also there Monday through Friday, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. If you have never been to the aftermarket show, make sure you go over there to our YouTube channel at 5 p.m. Eastern and join in on it. It's a little bit different style of program. It's kind of laid back. You can even join the panel up there, and you can even talk with an open mic if you like. So it makes it a little bit easier than having to type. So you're welcome to join that at 5 p.m. today. Each and every one of these broadcasts are immediately available for review upon the completion of the broadcast over on that YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Check it out. You should all be going over there right now and subscribing. And while you're over there on our YouTube channel, you'll see that there's well over 2,000 videos over there that you can watch for free, all training videos. And you can learn from Coach himself on these recorded training videos that are absolutely free for you to watch. And if you get down the road a little bit and you want to step up your education, we also have paid memberships available. Right now, you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg of the training and the education that we provide on a daily basis. Our VIP Gold membership levels, they get up to 12 hours of training per day. We start at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, in our training and trading. And we go with a live Zoom call clear through 4 p.m. Eastern Time every single day, Monday through Friday. And also the VIP Gold members also have Saturday training with one of our moderators also. And those at the VIP Gold levels also have everything is recorded and they can go back and watch them at their convenience. So if your life gets in the way, you got a busy schedule, you can't make it any certain day, you can always catch the replays of all those training things that go on each and every day. So again, glad you could be here today. We will do probably some live training here. We'll do some education here. If you have a question you would like answered, feel free to type them into your social media chat boxes, and we'll do our best to answer your question as time allows. So feel free to type them in at any time. We take any and all questions. Now we are futures specific here, so but it's not that I can't answer any other questions. We just tend to focus on the futures markets here. Speaking of memberships, we just completed 2 hours of live training with our paid futures members. We answered their questions. We discussed some of their trades they did. A couple of members were having some difficulties in their trading today, and we discussed those tradings. We went and took a look at them and offer some suggestions, some things to do, maybe take a look at, and how to evaluate the trades, what to look for, and they'll be able to employ those and make themselves a better trader in the future. So it does take work. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. However, the whole world's not full of billionaires, so everybody is not doing it. As a matter of fact, it's very hard. This is not an easy thing to do. The statistics are not encouraging. Statistics say between 90 and 95% of all day traders fail in the first 1 to 2 years of doing it. They blow up their accounts and they are done. A lot of those people are doing it on their own and trying to self-educate, don't have a way or a system, if you want to say it that way, of systematically learning how to day trade. So they're just kind of doing it on their own, throwing stuff up against the wall and hope it sticks. That's not an effective trading strategy. The difference here at American Dream Trading is we're not a call-out group. We don't tell you to buy XYZ Corporation now and sell XYZ Corporation right now, right? We are an education and trading company here. We want to educate you so that you can develop a skill over time that nobody can take away from you, that you would be able to do this no matter whether you can see this live broadcast or not, right? If Coach shuts down American Dream Trading tomorrow, I will still be able to do what I do here every single day. I have been doing this every single day for the last 2+ years. This is my start of my third year here. At the beginning of the year was the start of my third year of day trading. I've been successful at it. I've had a good time. I enjoy it. I can't think of doing anything else in my life to generate income for my family. And this is how I do generate income and keep a roof over my head, pay my bills, put groceries on the table, get an occasional vacation here and there, right? So this is my full-time vocation. I love it, day trading. It's very financially rewarding. I've gotten better every year. It was not easy. I lost a lot of money when I first started, and I also made a lot of money. I ended up ultimately being very successful my first year. Matter of fact, I made a lot more money than I did in my 9-to-5 salaried management job in my first year. So, and every year has gotten better, and this year is no exception. Matter of fact, this year of my trading has kind of gone to a new level, to put it mildly. So I'm seeing greater understanding of my training that I've received over the time, and I'm able to apply it on a more consistent basis. Doesn't mean that I don't have red trades, doesn't mean I don't lose money. I lose money in trades every single day. But I have not had a red day in months. So I generally come out ahead every single day. So that's an improvement. That didn't happen overnight. That takes time. So you have to develop that skill, and that's what Coach does here every day. He teaches us different trading strategies and how to read charts, how to chart. What does all this stuff on the chart mean? How do I use it to decide when to enter and exit a trade? Because entering is the key to profits. If you jump in too late, your likelihood of increased profits is reduced dramatically. So getting the key setups and when to enter a trade is the key to overall profits, right? If you try to jump in too late, right when it's getting ready to pull back, you can end up actually losing money on the trade. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's not easy, folks. Don't think that you're going to come in here and tomorrow and be driving a Lamborghini this time next week. Just doesn't happen. That's not the norm. I mean, we have had people that have had great success when they first came in, but again, that's not the norm. We all learn different ways, all have different understandings, and we all learn at different speeds. I would have to say my sweet spot in my learning and my understanding of day trading took me probably a good 10 months. I can remember about 10 months into this that even though I was successful day in and day out, month after month, week after week, not necessarily every day, but it was probably about the 10-month mark the light bulb went off and the heavens opened up, and I realized then that I had a very good grasp of what I was doing. All right. Didn't mean I was always making smart decisions. I still make dumb choices when entering trades sometimes. I don't wait for the proper setups. I get antsy. I got to click that mouse, right? Click, click, click. So it still takes a lot of discipline. Also, I would say that 10-month period, I had some devastating losses during that time period, which I've learned the hard way, right? About breaking coaches' rules and things like that. So you got to give yourself time. There's a lot to learn, especially when you first start. Man, your brain's just like mush. You hear all these terms and all these things coming at you, and quite honestly, you won't use 80% of it when you're first starting out because, we talk about the basic things, we talk about the complicated things, we talk about day trading, we talk about swing trading, we talk about trading stock options and stocks and futures and crypto. So there's a lot of information that's provided by American Dream Trading on a daily basis. So you have to learn, to pick and choose and build upon principle on principle. It doesn't mean that you ignore the more advanced trading ideas. You need to listen to them. And over time, those will start to make sense to you. It's just a natural progression. So anyway, thankful you could be here today. Make sure you've clicked that subscribe button, click the notification button, and I need you to do one more thing for me. I need you to go down and click that share button right now. Click share this feed to your social media network so that others may be exposed to what we're doing here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Thank you, TikTok. I seen you guys have found your way over here on Coach's alternate account, his ADT Coach there. So thank you for that. You may also want to subscribe to this feed. It might be a few days maybe before we can get our other feed back up and running. We're not really sure when that issue is going to be resolved. So click subscribe to ADD Coach on TikTok if you haven't already. That way you're able to catch not only Coach's live feeds, but this one also. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in that chat box and we'll do our best to try to answer it. One of the benefits of paid membership is our members have access in here into a live Zoom call. And they also have access not only to a live Zoom chat where they can type in their questions, but they also have access to a live microphone that they can open up at any time and ask a question that way. Matter of fact, we have quite a few in here today. If they want to open their mics and say hi, y'all, to you, they can do that right now if you would.
Hello,
Good
everybody.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hi, y'all.
And they even threw in the y'all in there. Oh, isn't that nice? So, all right. See Steve over there trading pennies over there, an extra trader over there in YouTube. Welcome. Also, Candlestick Johnny back in here. Green day today, he says. I didn't freeze up. Thanks for your advice. Well, you're welcome. Hopefully you are learning something here. Steve says ADT is the best. I would happen to agree with that. Right. All right. See, Christina's over there following over there on TikTok, and Nay and JMS and Wada and a bunch of other people over there. If you have questions, go ahead and type them in there. See, Laura just joined. Welcome, everybody. Again, this is the Coach's alternate account, his personal account. If you want to go ahead and subscribe to that, if you haven't already, that way you'll be able to, we'll probably have to use this account till further notice because of the issues that we're having with the other account. It'll get resolved eventually. So a lot of people aren't aware of this account and they may find it. So click that notification button. All right. So we had a pretty good morning today. I know I had a pretty good day, as did a lot of our other paid members. I traded last night, made some good money last night when the market opened into futures, 6 p.m. Eastern time last night. Got some good, decent volume around 8 p.m. Eastern. Was able to make some decent money in spite of the lower volume last night. You never know what kind of volume you're going to get in the evening. Sometimes there's a lot and things will really move. Last night was quite ho-hum. And then we had periods of increased volume, and what we were trading took off. And then this morning we did really well. I could say pre-market, but before the main market opened, I started trading a little bit after 5 a.m. this morning, somewhere in that neighborhood. Did pretty good there, made some decent money there, and then it really took off when the market opened. I traded the ES, is what you see on my screen, which is the Standard & Poor 500 futures, which is it's relative. Its sun is SPY and stock options. If you're trading stock options, the same thing as SPY. Remember, the futures are the parent of everything else. So SPY is the child of the futures. So did very well. Waited a few minutes, sat on my hands for things to settle down a little bit, and jumped in. Did very well riding it up. Did some riding down too. Also on that till around, I was in and out a couple times, rode in and out, and things kind of got a little consolidated, made me a little more uncomfortable. So I went and looked elsewhere, and then I was able to jump into gold a little bit after 10 o'clock-ish. Rode that down. 10 o'clock would be right in this area. So I was a little bit after 10-ish. Rode gold down, and I was done trading basically at the 10:30, quarter to 11. I was done, closed it up for the day, took a break, came back at noon for our live futures members training, which we start at noon every day. And we've been doing that since. And now we went live here at 2 o'clock. So did very well. We had a lot of members who do very well today. A lot of them really grew their accounts just because things went well. They knew how to trade the trades in any market. That's the great thing about it. In the futures market, we can make money when it goes up. We make money when it goes down. And we'll even make money when it goes sideways through channel trading. And Coach teaches us how to do all those things. So we'll try to cover that. So if you have any questions about that, we'll take those kind of questions for you. I do not see any questions. You guys must know it all. You must be coming here so much that you learned everything that there is to learn, right? This is your show. Even though we are broadcasting this for you for free, we are here to answer your questions. Yes, Mr. Hudson Miller. Yes, I am not ADT coach. Hudson Miller, we know he's a paid member. He's joking. Yes, we are using his alternate account today because our other TikTok account has some technical issues that we are working on. Do you use Red Pill? Asked. Do I use what, Red Pill? Do I use what? That's all you typed in there. I only know half the question. We'll come back to you. But I do see you. What you see on my screen is TradingView. This is a charting software that's used worldwide. It's probably one of the most popular ones. I like it. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's pretty. Indicators. There we go. Do I use what indicators? Well, I'll be more than happy to tell you that. What you see on my screen now, this is TradingView. And as a paid member in our VIP Gold, Crypto, and Futures membership, you get this logarithm here, this indicator system. This is Coach's 2.0 version of this. 3.0 will be released in the near future. It's in the testing phase to make sure everything's okay right now. And all this is a script. Now, this only works with TradingView. It's a script that you can overlay that we provide to you as part of your membership to help you make decisions. But the basic gist of these are, and again, this is model. You can tweak these things. We have VWAP, which is the #1 strongest, most used indicator worldwide by all traders. You have this red line here. Currently, it's red because it's in a downtrend, is the 200 moving average. And then we have the 55, 21, and the 9. And then I also have lines of historical levels that I've drawn on my chart. This also comes with the EWO, the Elliott Wave Oscillator chart, which that is a coach uses the 2-minute EWO strategy that he developed over the last 33 years. There's lots of strategies in using the Elliott Wave. Elliott Wave is a real person. Mr. Elliott devised this, not associated with AmericanDreamTrading.com, by the way. But anyway, it's based on mathematical principles. It's, not that I could explain it or I seen the math involved in it, didn't understand a lick of it. So I just didn't want to hurt my brain, so I didn't even try. But anyway, basically it tells you that stocks move in waves, right? And knowing how to interpret these waves can help make better investment decisions. And then there's a volume bar indicator down here with the ATR, and shows how many buyers and what the volume is, yada, 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 along with the time on the bottom. And then this is GC, which is gold futures chart. I'm on a 1-minute chart. So if I'm on a 2-minute, you will see this watermark change. See, now it's GC2. I'm on a 2-minute chart. I'm a scalper basically by heart, even though I used to trade EWO constantly, and I'm probably going to start. I keep saying it, but I haven't done it yet. Pushing myself back more to EWO plays. It's a less stressful way of trading. You're not in and out of the trade constantly, but I am a scalper. Anyway, so that's just different investment strategy. I like scalping, but you tend when you're a scalper, you could be prone to over scalping, over trading, getting in and out, right? So you got to watch for that, because you can overtrade and that you could wreck your account that way. So got to use wisdom when you're trading, right? You got to wait for your setups, not just jumping in, jumping out type of thing, right? And go from there. All right. Let's see here. Let's look at our YouTube comments. Do I have option traders? Yes, I'm an option trader myself. I traded options for good solid year and a half. I like trading options. It's got its advantages and disadvantages. However, I haven't traded an option since November, maybe the end of October. I'll just say November. I love futures so much, I haven't traded an options contract then. But that's what I traded all the time. Matter of fact, I did not follow coach's rules, and I went basically straight to options without learning how to trade stocks first. And that's where I also had some of my largest losses, was doing that. And yes, that's one of the large majority of our American Dream Trading members trade stock options. But it's whatever you like, whatever your jam is. We do stock options, cryptos, and futures here, right? So, but yes, we do that. And so anyhow, we do scalp, but I am a scalper overall. Anyway, so what I do, I like it. I like scalping. I need to get back to doing that more, right? And go from there. Trading pennies, do I scalp on the 1 minute? But I see you still have the EWO indicator. Yes, I do. It's all built into this chart anyway. So I just use it both. They're just there. I don't take it off. It's just always on my charts. So if I do want to trade an EWO, of course, I would put it on a 2-minute chart and use coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy. But I'm basically a scalper at this point. I'm in and out of trades. And again, I'm trying to, number one, curtail the amount of times that I enter trade, just to kind of reduce my overall trading costs, because you incur a transaction fee every time, right? Anyway, yeah, Kimba's kind of muted right now there, coach. Anyway, so I do want to get back to less trading inside of it, where I could be doing an EWO and letting my runners run more than I have been. I've gotten a little carried away on getting in and out of trades. I do, as a matter of fact, I have a note here right in front of me, a little piece of paper. What do I really trust my indicators? And I know intellectually that I do, but I wasn't acting like I do. I wasn't trading like I trusted them, right? I was getting in and out, Yeah, I took care of that already, Coach. Um, and so, anyhow, um, I'm trying to reduce the amount of times that getting in. So I'm trying to trust my indicators more. Until it says to get out, I try to stay in. As a scalper, I tend to use the 9 as my guide. I've been using the break and hold strategy that Coach teaches. So I'm waiting for the break and hold below the 9. Hopefully, even a better trade, as all my indicators are now in my rear view mirror. They don't have to be, but it makes for a stronger trade. Like in this case, with the ES, I have the 200, and everything else would be behind me a um, in a trade, but VWAP's down here. So yes, I got to respect VWAP, but I getting in up here, I don't have to worry about VWAP yet, right? Until I get down, until it pulls down. Then I have to start dealing with it, making a decision. But until then, yeah, it wasn't the wonderful trade that we'd like, but there was nothing wrong with that trade, right? So I don't even care about VWAP. I just need to know where these are at. So everything else is behind me except VWAP. So I would trade all the way down. And as you can see, this candle come right down there, hit VWAP and bounced up, went back up to the 9. Now it came down and tested VWAP again. And what did it do? Rejected it. VWAP is your volume weighted average price indicator. It's the number one strongest indicator that you can use because everybody worldwide is also aware of that and they are using it. So it could have very well broke through there. It doesn't mean it can't. It's just you have to treat that with respect and make a decision and be patient and see what it wants to do. So in that case, I could have still entered that trade and made good money on it. Now, had I the issue I was getting into personally is I was getting in and out, get the break and hold. Let's say I was riding this down, it would pull up a little bit. I'd get out, take my profits, and then jump back in and out, right? Instead of trusting my indicators like I should, like I'm trained to by Coach every single day to trust these indicators. And at no time did it really break away from, other than this little spot up here, which I would have been definitely got out, but I could re-enter. So once I get that break and hold below the 9, I could ride that. And there's nothing here that says to get out of the trade. Even though this one busted up, it's hugging up on the 21. So really there was no reason to panic, right? Because I'm still in. I got a good entry. Entry's key. So I could still been in that trade and wrote it down to VWAP again. So I'm just trying to reduce the amount of times I jump in and out. By playing the 2-minute EWO and following Coach's principles on that, you don't jump out of a trade until the trade tells you. Now, there's nothing here that says buy and sell. You don't see any buy sell here, but there is. I can plainly tell where to buy and where to sell due to my training, education, and experience that I've gained at AmericanDreamTrading.com. So anyhow, red pill. Do I think SPY, which is the same thing as ES, as you see on my screen, is a head and shoulders on the 1 hour time frame? Well, I can look at it. I don't use the 1 hour time frame myself because I am a scalper. Yep, you could say that, right? There's your shoulders, right? There's the head. That's what you would call a head and shoulders. Now it's broke up and above it, right? He's raising his arm to the upside.
He meant the 1 minute mark.
Oh, do you mean 1 minute?
He corrected himself.
Oh,
he meant the
okay.
1 minute.
Well, anyway, that's when he's talking about a head and shoulder, you get here, and there's the head, the body, and there's a set of shoulders, right? That's a head and shoulders. On a 1 minute, let me refresh my chart here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look as obvious there, right? So, but you can see it on the longer charts. So, anyway, I wouldn't call it head and shoulders there. I mean, it's coming back down. If anything, it's an inverted cup and handle, right? There's a cup with upside down cup, right? It's coming back down to test VWAP if you want to see if it's going to bounce off there or not, right? I'll reload this chart here. It's got a little bit of artifacts in it. Make it a little prettier for you. There we go. Got rid of them zebra stripes. All right, so Trading Pennies asks over there on our YouTube live chat feed, Mark, when you look for a break and hold of the 9 EMA on the 1 minute, what type of trend are you looking for? Up, flat, down? Well, what does Coach teach? The trend is your friend until it's not, right? So let's just say I was doing this. What is the trend? Can anybody, you don't have to be an expert trader to see which way this is currently moving overall, right? You can see it went up in the air up here on a high, and what's it been doing ever since, right? It's in a downward trend. So if I was going to jump in, say a trade right here, if let's just say I'm going to play off this VWAP, which it has bounced multiple times off there. Now, the more times it retests it, the weaker that line gets, and it could break through maybe even this time. But if let's just say I was going to play a double bottom bounce, those type of things, and just different strategies to the upside, I have to be aware that say if it breaks and holds above the 9 here temporarily, in other words, above this little blue line, I have to be under the realization that I am going against the trend, right? And that's a good way to get your face ripped off. Do I do up against the trends? Yeah, I do it all the time, right? If it happens to bounce off here and take off, which it could, right? I'm thinking it's got more of a trend to the downside. It's probably going to break and hold below VWAP, but we don't know until it happens, right? I got a big level there at 795 according to my L2. I got another big level down here at 92, so it really wants to pull down here, down to this area, right? Right now, there's a 92, 75-ish, 93. So yes, according to my L2, there's some big orders it wants to pull down to. Doesn't mean it will, because people can throw in orders. But anyway, I digress like usual. So if I'm going to go against the trend, I have to treat it as a scalp, right? Because I know I'm going against the overall trend, and I want to treat it that way. I want to grab my quick bucks and get out, right? Because at any moment, because I'm going against the trend, it can go right back down and eat your lunch. And if it comes up and hits one of these indicators, then you can play it to the downside, right? So you can play it up, and then you play it going down. I try not to trade against the trend. About the only times I trade against the trends is if double bottom bounces, right? Double top bounces. It'll go up and hit and reject. As a statistical general rule, a double bottom, it will bounce off of there and go back at the upside. The statistical occurrence on a double top is it will go up and then hit it and then pull down. Now, it doesn't do it every time. It could very well break through. Now, you get into your triple tops, quadruple tops, gazillion tops and bottoms, right? The more times it tests a level, the weaker that level gets, and more likely will break through. But you can't form a bias. You actually have to wait and see. See how many times this tested this 1, 2, 3 times, and what's it trying to do? It's trying to go up. Now, can I do a trade? If I see this candle break here, and I see another candle above it sitting on the shoulder, I can do a quick scalp to the upside. It may hit the 55 level and bounce right back down. But doing so is you're putting your account at a much higher risk of losing money in doing that. So unless you're an expert scalper, you shouldn't take those kind of trades, right? You need to wait. It's one trade out of 10,000 that you can make on anything in any one given day. There's no sense taking a high risk trade like that for maybe a potential few dollars, right? Just find something else that's better, right? Right now, the trend is a strong downtrend, right? We're at VWAP. We're at a critical level down here to whether it can break and pull down. It is 2:30 in the afternoon, right? We're only a half an hour away from power hour, right? And people generally want to get out of their positions at the end of the day. So they are going to take profits, take their ball, and go home, right? So, anywho, that's how that works. So there's different strategies, scalping, 2-minute EWO. If I had entered a 2-minute EWO, here's where it changed over from green to red. Of course, this is on a 1-minute chart. So let me put this on a 2-minute. Now, 2-minute, the EWO strategy works on all, but the coach's principle is off the 2-minute, right? You can go longer. You shouldn't ever go backwards, right? When you're in a trade, always go up in time, never back in time, because that will scare you out, give you a false sense of what's actually happening. So there would have been an entry point, which in the same case, as a scalper, I do the break and hold below the 9. Well, if you want to argue, there's a slight break below the 9 there. I could have got in this candle, but actually I would have got in this candle, which would have retraced on me. But it's also the EWO, so I could enter here and look. All I had to do was trust my EWO and the strategy that coach teaches. I didn't have to worry about anything until it come down here to this 200 MA, right? 200 moving average. And again, I don't have anything, if it breaks and holds below that, I don't have anything else really major to worry about until it hits VWAP. Now, I may have levels that I don't have charted on here that I don't see, right? But generally, these are your two biggest indicators that you got to really be concerned about. So 2-minute EWO strategy works. I would have entered here, and it's currently down there, right? It's going up, bouncing around a little bit. I don't get all excited about all these things because look, it's staying below, these other indicators. They're all in my rear view mirror other than the VWAP. So I could have entered, if I'd have entered here, right? And let's just say I played it to VWAP and got out. There's 35 ticks. Now, each tick in NES is worth $12.50 times 35. So for $96 in my margin account, which need to be there that they hold, I could have made $437.50 on one contract from here to there. Imagine if you had 5 of them. If you had $500 in your margin account, you could have purchased 5 contracts and made, 5 times 400, 2,000, right? Now, the real net cost is really only like $4.50, $4, and I don't know, whatever it is, 64 cents or something like that. We'll just call it $4.50, $4.60, whatever. So that's all the true cost per contract is to make $400. Amazing, isn't it? Because the margin upon when you exit your trade goes right back in it. And that's the good thing about it. Darn Cricket, good to see you over there on our YouTube live chat. All right, Red Pill there, Dustbusters. Dustbusters, current members, are you profitable, is looking to join a good group? Well, I can tell you this is a good group. I've been profitable for well over 2 years. This is my start of my 3rd year. Do we have members that come in here and fail? Yes, we do. It's like any other group. You have to be able to follow coach's rules, pay attention, learn, right? Take notes, show up every day, put it into work. It's like any other skill. You have to work it. You can't play guitar unless you put into work, right? You can bang your hands against a string and make a noise, but that don't make you a guitar player. I is a guitar player. I know what kind of work's involved in becoming one, right? It's actual physical pain. And you'll have physical pain day trading first time you lose a lot of money, right? You'll actually feel it physically. You'll be sick to your stomach. But yeah, it takes time, right? So you are invited to keep continuing watching for free there, Dustbuster, as long as you like. When you really want to step up your game, because what you see here is just the tip of the iceberg. You can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and grab one of our memberships. Speaking of which, we also have a special running today. Now, you guys missed out on some big ones last week if you didn't take advantage. We have let me go back here so I don't say it wrong. Find the right channel here. All right, so we right now are running buy 6 months of VIP membership and get 6 months of gold for free. All right. You can also, and then that would renew at its regular rates. The diamond memberships, that sale is off. It's back to its normal prices. Again, you can go back to AmericanDreamTrading.com, scroll down about halfway down the page, and you'll see all of our memberships there. Click on that Show More button. There's also a link there when you're there. First thing you should do is grab our free Discord. Doing so gets you instant access into our Discord. It's totally free. Always has been, always will be. We're not charging you money for a Discord, right? Get you instant access in there with our Stock Lounge, and you can interact with other members. You can ask questions, discuss trades. There's educational channels in there for you for free that you can look at. We have training videos, training documents. Again, you can watch them all at your leisure. And there's a whole bunch of other free channels that's offered. Again, you're limited on what you can see in there as a free member. Paid members, new channels are opened up based on their membership level. So go over there and check that out. Speaking of Coach and our memberships, let me play a little promo video here. It takes about 5 minutes. Reminder to our paid members, you won't see or hear this video. So keep your mics muted until it's over. I'll let you know when it's done. So here's Coach telling you a little bit more about American Dream Trading.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup, where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center. So any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first. Plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge. All the workshop classes, we put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the TradingView indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kick-started, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to americandreamtrading.com.
And there you go. There's a good overview of americandreamtrading.com. Check it out. Should be going there. You should be grabbing that free Discord. You know, it's free, folks. No strings attached. If you don't like it, come in and kick the tires. You don't like it, all you gotta do is exit, right? You can leave Discords as often as you want, whether it's our Discord or anybody else's. You can join it, stay as long as you like, leave whenever you want. Check out all that free information that's over there for you. While that video was playing, the euro took off. I love trading the euro. I didn't trade it today. I don't think so anyway. So it's taken off. If you would have played, use Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, right? This is a 2-minute chart. Right here's where you would have entered, right there. Look at that. Does that not help you get up? The only thing I had to worry about was breaking above these double tops and above the 200 MA. And what's approaching up here? There's VWAP. Still a good trade, even though these are up. I just have to know where they're at and then respect them as it gets up to it, right? So we'll
Very unusual.
see right there.
Very unusual.
What's that, Ralph?
I said that's very unusual for the euro.
Yeah, especially this time
This
of the
time
day,
of
right?
day. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually don't see a lot of volume or price movement on currencies or even the metals markets this time of the day. They tend to fall off. So there may have been some news drive that. I don't know for sure without looking into it. But there's a reason for it, I'm sure, right? It's a currency. It's tied to the markets, right? So anyway, that was Coach. Go over there to americandreamtrading.com and grab their memberships. That one said that David was like in the 300,000s. He's well over a 500,000 here now at this point in end of March. So David's done very well. He leads the charge over there on the live Apple chats. You go out and hang over there with him and our other moderator, Eric, and all they do is trade Apple. They discuss the trade. They don't tell each other when to buy or sell, but they do discuss the trades and different key levels. And the group as a whole learns together and ends up being more successful working together as a group. So it's how they learn. And they can go back later in that channel and look at the live chat and compare it to what happened after the fact. So you can go back and armchair quarterback it either also. And if you didn't do something maybe right, you can go back and see, what they were talking about too. And it helps grow your education. There's multiple ways that we learn around here. So again, we do have a power hour, which is in there. You got to be careful trading in that last hour, especially the last 10, 15 minutes of that hour, unless you're an experienced trader. Same way scalping. If you're not a master scalper, you shouldn't scalp. You should be playing Coach's 2-minute EWO. So you can see here, gold, it bounced off a bottom level here at its low, and it's since retraced back up. Copper is another one of my personal favorite. I love trading copper. It's been in a downward trend for quite a while. Actually, I'm waiting for it to hang down there a little lower because it's bound to possibly head back up to where it came from. There's a lot of profit taking going on. Silver is a psychotic trade. You really got to be on your A game to trade silver, but it can be very financially rewarding, and I have made a lot of money off of silver here and there. It's not something that I actively trade. In other words, I don't sit in here and trade it all day. I try to keep it on my list and watching it so if I get a good thing. But you can see look at the volatility of all these candles up and down. It makes it for a hard trade. You really got to know what you're doing. Oil's done pretty well today. It went on an uprise today, but you're getting a lot of ups and downs on there too. A lot of EWO plays you could have made, right? There's a downward trend EWO, could have got in there. There's an upward trend EWO, could have rode that up and got out when you wanted to. And there's another one, it kind of pulled back and then it started a continuation of it. So using that strategy is what 99.998764832% of you should be using on a daily basis. It helps get you a good entry. Again, now it is up to you to decide when to get out. It's also up to you to decide when to get in a trade. You don't just enter blindly. Well, Mark said it. Coaches teaches you get in on the second bar when it's larger than the first, which is true. Okay. That part is true, but you still have to look at the big picture. Where is everything else at? Where's my double tops, double bottoms, all those type key levels? Where's my indicators at? So, and I can make all those decisions in literally seconds just by looking at that. Why? Because I've been trained and educated in that by coach. I have time. I have experience. So I can literally decide within, seconds, if even that long, whether I want to enter a trade. Do I want to enter the trade on gas? Nope. No, I don't. It's in a downward trend. It's flat. It's consolidating. All the indicators are in the rearview mirror. However, the reason I don't want to trade it is because there's no volume this time of the day. This is during the early part of the day. There's gasoline. It can really be financially rewarding also. Again, it trades in pennies, micro pennies. It doesn't move dollars, right? Like this down here low was at 218.71. It's now up to 220. So there's a lot of money there that could be made just in that movement. As an example, let's say we play this EWO here. We'll just pick one, all right? So there would have been my entry point about right there. So I would have got in. We were fortunate enough to get out up here at the top. I wrote that down there. That's 150 some ticks. And gasoline pays, let me look here real quick. Pays $4.20 a tick. So let's just say that's 150. 150 times 420 is $630 on one contract of gasoline. And that's a gas, car gas, right? So, and you would only had to have $1,800 basically in your account with Webull. Now, some other brokers may charge less, but Webull's, which is who I use, I have to have $1,800 in my margin account. Again, once I exit the trade, it's put right back in there, and the trade itself's only $4 or $5 in transaction fees as a true net cost. So I could have made with one contract from here to there $600 in a matter of an hour and a half. That ain't bad money, right? One contract. Imagine if you'd have bought 4 or 5 of them. Not bad money for sitting there for the day, right? Just by employing Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. And I could have done the same thing. Could have played it down, wrote it down, played it, right? Here's another one that's started up to the upside. I could have got in here. This would all be profit there. Not as much as this one was, but as of right now, you would still be in that trade, right? Till it comes up here, maybe to a double top and retraces. Problem again with gasoline and natural gas, I know from experience that the volume is lower this time of the day. So you have to sit there a long time, wait for movement sometimes. So I just rather not trade a low volume if I can help it. Generally, this time of the day, you're going to see most of your movement in your indices, such as the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, or the Russell 2000. Okay. We were talking about swing trading this earlier in our training. So if I was trading the Russell, you can see it's came up quite a bit. What do we see up here? I don't have a line there, but I can see I got some double top areas that I'm going to have to watch for it to go up. Can I play a break and hold down? Well, let's see. Let's watch this for a minute. All right. I'll set up for one because there is breaking below the 9, but doesn't mean it's going to continue that way. Oops, wrong button. Let's go this way here. All right. If I'm going to buy 5 contracts to the downside with my stop loss, what I'm going to do, there's my break below the 9. But I don't see a hold yet. I want to see another candle. Now, it just so happens the 21, which is that green line, is going to be right there at the same time. It may come down, just bounce off that. So I'm going to be patient. I got another 5 seconds for the next candle form because I have a countdown timer built into this. And there we go. There's my other candle. If I'd have bought a short on that, what would have happened? I'd be losing money right now, wouldn't I? So I always want to break and this could still go down, but as of right now, it's why I wait for that break. Here's the break, and then there's the hold. And again, break and hold or a confirmation candle. People will call it. I call it both, as a matter of fact. That'd be something like this. Here's a candle to the upside. There's up, and then there's a confirmation candle sitting on the shoulder of the previous candle. I want to see kind of the same thing here before I make a play to the downside. Plus, I want to see it actually, my real criteria is I want to see it break under this 21 because that's kind of a strong indicator also. I'm not as concerned about the 55. Now, where's my VWAP? Down there, way out of the way. Where's my 200 right here? It's down there out of the way. So I can play this. If I'm going to enter this trade, I'm going to play it with the intention of it may come down to this 200, and I'm going to be cautious. But right now, it just hasn't really made a decision. They're still fighting here. Let me get my Russell up here. Get my so I have a wall down here at 2120, which is right about where it's at, right at the 21. Look at that. Look at that big order, 2120. That's right here with my 21 EMA indicator is. So see, they know where these things are at. So there's a big buy order there. If it gets there, it'll fill these 52 contracts at 2120, which is right here. See how that works? They know that it may bounce off that, and they want to enter the trade. Now, they can pull the order out. They can move it down lower. So there's a lot of things that happen every second with this order book system. Just another tool in the tool belt. You don't have to have this to trade it. I do. I like using it. It's a little harder with the indices because of the volume, but I'm not really looking at all these numbers. I'm looking for what we call a wall, where there's a big order that's larger than all the others, right? And it'll tend to stop there. So I'll sit here and wait. I'll sit here and watch this if I'm interested in trading this. But right now, it's just till it gets below there, it's not gonna go anywhere. Unless people start throwing in orders, then it can break to the upside. And then I'll have to worry about double tops right here, right? Limiting my upside. Getting ready to enter power hour here in a minute. Excuse me while I get a drink. So these are the choices. Day trading in general is not about constant action. Sometimes you have to wait for the setup. And this is the setup I'm waiting for. Until it gets that candle that breaks and holds below that, I'm not jumping into the downside. Now, what about if it goes to the upside, Mark? Well, same criteria. I want to see a candle like this break above this 9, and then I want to see another candle stand on the shoulder of this one to the upside. Now, I'd feel more comfortable actually playing to the downside because right up here, I have all these little double tops here where it peaked up here that I would have to fight. As you can see, there's not as much room for profit potential. It's not that it can't shoot up past that. But the trend is up, so it's more likely to go up. Why? Because look, we have these. The 9 is up above the 21 and the 55. And I have a green cloud here, which is part of this indicator. It's just a visual representation between the 21 and the 55. So the trend is up. So if I would go down, I have to understand that I am trading against the trend. The current short-term trend is obviously to the upside, right? So this is sitting here too long. I might just want to say, I don't want to do this, right? Can I make a few bucks? Maybe I could, right? Maybe I could jump in here if it breaks that, right? What am I seeing over here? The 2119s now, right? So I could enter a trade. I can put in a stop here, jump in here. There's my stop. If it breaks and holds above that, obviously I'd be out. So I can sit here and grab whatever I can. Right now I'm at break even. There's $75. There's $50. There's 25, right? Let's see, yes, that there's long. I just wanted you to see how this moves, right? So I could have grabbed that $50, $75 by just clicking that button, and I would have locked in my profits that quick, right? And when you go against the trend, that's what you need to do, right? Till I see this. Now I'm seeing some 18s down here, right? Nothing huge that really wants to pull it down that way, but there is some weakness over here. I'm not convinced this is going to go pull to the downside yet. If I start seeing some 18s here, I'm not thinking, see, now I'm seeing 19, so that shows an indication doesn't really want to pull down here yet unless somebody changes their mind. Now see how I'm out 150. So when you go against the trend, me personally is I grab what I can grab while I can grab it, right? I'm in and out. It's a pure scalp. Now I didn't do that. I could have snagged that $75, but I was sitting there talking and watching it move to see if it did. Again, I'm still showing strength down here. It's in the 19s. No large orders that want to pull it down, nor is there really any large orders up there at the top either. So we'll see if this bounces back. If not, I just have to get out of the trade, right? I do have a stop to limit my upside potential loss. See how I'm down 275 because, again, I would have took that profit because I was going against a trend. But I want to show you, if when you're scalping, you have to make those quick decisions, right? It went against me. Now I still have a stop up here. This could come up here, hit the 9, pull back down again. It is getting a little heavy, but I'm not that convinced yet. I think it's just consolidating because I'm looking at my L2, which is this order book over here, is at 119s, 120s. So it's telling me it's actually wanting to go up. These numbers aren't decreasing substantially down here at the bottom where people want to sell off. So this is going to go against me big time. See how I am? I'm down 300, right? Now I could sit here patiently. Say I made a bad mistake. Well, how long do I want to sit here? What's my line in the sand? Well, right there, right? If it breaks above the 9, then I'm in trouble, right? And I'm already in trouble with this. I'm down 350 now, so it doesn't look like it's going to want to reject off the 9. Obviously, it's trying to break through it. So, you got to cut your losses. Do I need to wait for this to stop me out here? No, I can get out of this trade anytime. I can go bang like that, take the $350 loss, move on. Or I could have sat there a little longer to see if it plays, but I still do not see any price weakness over here on my L2, right? Still staying at that 119. So it's consolidating here. So that would be a losing trade. I could have got $75 and been ahead, but I didn't. Now I got here the Qs, NQ, in this case, the NASDAQ. What do I have here? Well, I could have entered down here, would have been my entry point, so now I'm late to the game. Do I want to get in this trade? Nope. Why? Because I got a double top. Short-term trend is up, even though it's been flat and consolidating. Getting back in that channel. If I'm going to enter this trade at this time of the day, I would want to wait, see for a break and hold above this level right here, right? See these candles here? That would be what you call a double top. Generally, what happens at double tops, you get a retracement backward, right? It may reject the whole way. It may go right through the trade, right? You don't know, so you have to set up for that. So you have to have a plan A to plan B. I'm going to look for actually a pull at the double top. But let me look at my over here at the L2, and we'll see what it's kind of showing on that. Is there any big orders? Want to pull it down? No, not really. They're all about the same size, right? No big variation. There's a big sell order at 376, which is just right up, basically right up from where it's at right now. It's where it's at right now, kind of. So they know there's a double top there. That's why that big sell order's there. See, people, we're not the world's greatest traders. Everybody else knows the same thing we do, right? It's for us, though, to go take advantage of the ride that we're on, using information, training, experience that we acquire over time and use that to our advantage, right? We don't control the market. The big institutions do, the big Fidelities and Vanguards and Black Rocks and all the other big brokerage firms that are out there that control billions of dollars each and every day, each trade. So we're just riding along and making money, hopefully, in the same process. So you can see that wall was there. There's that 76, which is right about where all this is at. You see how this is just kind of fading out, stopping. Now it's going to test it. Did them orders disappear? If it is, I might be able to get a burst to the upside, right? But statistically, it's going to reject from there and pull back. Now, it may pull back and then go back and retest it, but we are in an upward trend. So what do I have here? Do I see anything? I see it's moving around so fast I can't see it. 383, 50s area, and, I can jump in, I can get a quick hit maybe on this, right, to the upside if I see something, but see what happens. This is the double top area. It hasn't broken hold above the double top. It's trying to, but it hasn't, right? Again, every level is a critical level. Double top, it's got a break and hold. I got a break, but I don't have the hold yet. Now I'm trying to get, there's the formation of the confirmation candle. Can I make a few bucks there? Yeah, I just made $75 just by clicking that button. Why? Because I didn't want to lay around. I don't trade this, but I did get $75 out of that, right? Out of that one trade, right? Again, now just so you know, this is paper trading. This is not my real account. I don't trade my real account while I'm live with you people, right? I'm not going to put my own personal funds at risk, my family's money at risk, while I'm distracted talking to you guys. So anyhow, so that was the level right here, that double top. It did break. It still really hasn't had a confirmation candle. It's trying to get one there to the upside, but again, we're in a power hour. Anything can happen, right? It gets very volatile. People can sell off, which is the general thing, but doesn't mean it will. So this is still technically a confirmation candle forming here. Hasn't really made it. I'm out of that trade now anyway. I'm not going to sit around any longer. Same thing here with ES is happening. What do you see here? If it comes up here, there's a double top right here where that word New York high is. I would employ the same strategy, right? Here's a little mini double top. There's a break of it. I can do the break and hold above it, right? I can go maybe make a few bucks. Now I know my upside potential may be limited by this double top. So I may be able to make a few bucks between here and there. I don't know, right? I'm going to look and see. Doesn't mean I'm going to jump in there willy-nilly and play it, right? I want to see if I see anything obvious. No, you see how the orders are all lined up there? Doesn't matter what these numbers are. What I'm looking for is one of these numbers that's substantially different from the others. Now they're larger because it'll want to act as a magnet to pull to that area. Same way as up as down. And as you can see, they're all kind of close. Well, there's to the downside at 14, which is down. This is right where it's at now. There's nothing. Well, there's an 17.5. 17.5 would be up here. And guess where that's at? Look, that's right there where that double top's at. So they know that's there. I didn't even have to really guess where that line was going to be. It's right there at the double top area. And as you can see now, it is trying to pull back. Now, see that big 100 order down to 13, right? It's trying to pull it back down, rejecting off of this level. It didn't break. Well, it did break, but there was no confirmation candle up. So if I follow my own trading strategy that I learned for Coach, that I adopt personally, that I like, that I enjoy doing, I would have not entered that trade. And it's a good thing I didn't, right? Because look, right there it is on the pullback. Break and hold. That's not only break and hold above the 9, it's break and hold above key critical levels, double tops, historical levels that I have lines drawn on my chart. And I do this all day long, right? As long as I'm trading. I like that strategy. EWO, would that have been an effective strategy in this trade? Well, let's look. I'm on a 2-minute chart. There's your first bar where the color changes. There's the next bar that's larger than the first. I would have entered here, right? And it's all profit all the way up as so far right now, right? If I had entered that on the EWO, and let's just say I got out at this line here. We'll just make it easy, right? That's 30 ticks, we'll say, right? Nobody enters perfectly. So 30 times what? 12.5 is what one ES is worth. That's a $375 profit just by following Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. Do that day in, day out. There's one here, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, right? These are all would have been profitable in this case. Now it's pulling back. You got to decide when you want to get out, right? Or you can be patient, see if it's going to bounce off the 9. Irregardless, I got in right here in this area. So everything from here up is profit if I had got in. So that's one of the things the EWO strategy helps you to get in at a good area because entry is key to profits, right? So there we go. You should be employing this. I highly recommend the 2-minute Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. You can learn about that and other strategies that Coach teaches by joining AmericanDreamTrading.com and following Coach's rules. All right. Speaking of rules, you guys know Coach has rules. Hey, Coach. What are your rules, Coach? Coach, what are your rules?
Some of the rules. Okay, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right? Some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? Like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah. Because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right? And again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day. Right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
All right, now that I'm unmuted, there's coach's rules. Short, sweet, and to the point, right? Very easy to follow, but yet we don't. People come in here every day, break the rules. I break them once in a while myself, right? Generally, when I go look at a losing trade, it's because I probably broke one of those rules. So don't be a rule breaker. Those rules, again, as he said, are not there to make you money. They're there to help preserve your account, right? What you lose today, you can't trade tomorrow. So follow coach's rules and you will help preserve your account. So very easy rules, but our personalities for some reason do not like rules and we tend to break them. So don't be a rule breaker. Conform. It'll be beneficial to your account. Again, now here, if we look back to this S&P 500 ES trade, if we'd have used Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, this would have been our entry point. See how that works? Let's just say, in case you think I'm cherry picking, you see all these tabs I have? Let's just go look at them real quick. Here's gold. Again, gold doesn't move that much this time of the day, but let's just look at the last EWOs on any one of these I click on. So there's the change from red to green. There would have been your entry point, right? You'd have entered on this candle. Would you be up a whole bunch of money? No, not really, but you'd still be green, right? You would be ahead, right? Plus, it says there's nothing here that says to get out of this trade, right? So there you go. There's the good. And there's another candle's getting ready to form right there on the shoulder of that one. Let's look at copper. Let's see. Let me click this one here. I'm on a 2-minute chart. Let me expand this up here, move this up a little bit so we can see it. Come on, grab it. There we go. So here's my 2-minute EWO down here, right? Click. It's kind of weak. We'll use this bar here because these two here are kind of the same. You want to use when the next bar is larger than first. Here's your entry. Or would I be in profit in this one? Yep. If I enter it here on this candle, yep, I'd be in profit. Doesn't look like much money there, but that's actually quite a bit of money when it comes to copper. Okay. Let's go look at silver. Now, silver is its own beast. I don't know how anybody could actually literally play an EWO trade, but you would have to be an experienced, tough trader, quite honest with you. It's so chaotic. So here we'll use the same principle. And again, maybe it's not as chaotic when you apply Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. There's my entry. As you can see, it pulled back. Would I be in the money on this last EWO? Yes, I would, right there, right? And that's a nice little profit there also. You can see how chaotic silver is, but it still works, right? If you follow the principle, right? If you'd have got in this EW over here, right? Let's just say you got in this color over here at, what is that time? 10 o'clock this morning. Look how much money you'd be up today to right now, right? Clear to there. That's a boatload of money, right? But I wasn't going backwards. I'm just picking the most current one, right? It works. Here's oil. Let's go find oil's last one. I'm on a 2-minute chart. And right here, there's my entry point right there. Okay, so I'd have got in right around in here somewhere. Am I in the money on this 2-minute EWO strategy? Yes, I am is the correct answer. All right, and here's the one we were just talking about earlier. There's the euro. It did peak up there, right? Again, you have to decide when you want to get out. But even if I didn't, let's say something happened, I had to walk away, right? Well, don't ever do that, by the way. You always trade with stops, but don't walk away when you got a trade on a table. Would I not be in profit still in this one? I most certainly would have. Same thing with the ES. Look, I'm still in the money there. The NQ, which is the NASDAQ. Here's my entry point. Am I on a 2-minute chart? Yes, I am. There's my entry point on my last EWO. What I got in here. Am I in the money? Yes, I am is the correct answer. Here's the Russell, right? The Russell 2000 index. Here's my entry point down here. EWO, we'll give it this one because that one there is just kind of the same size. You want to see a one candle bar bigger than the other. Would I be in the profit if I got in and played this EWO? I most certainly would be the correct answer. Let's even go over here to gasoline. Let me just take this line that we looked at earlier. There's these here are kind of flat. See, these always aren't substantially bigger when they start because prices can go flat, right? And I can expand this out a little bit, right? And you can see how these really are, kind of flat. So you always go whenever the next bar is larger than the first one on the color chain. I would say it'd be right about there. Would I be in green in trading gasoline? Yes, I would. Well, let's go look at natural gas. You say, what about natural gas? Does it work with natural gas? I don't know. Let's go find out. This is on a down EWO, about right there. My next bar is larger than the first. Would I be in profits to the downside on a short? Yes, I would be, because here's where I got in, and I'm shorting it, so there it is to the downside. So, what does gasoline, natural gas, the NASDAQ 100, the currencies, the euro, oil, gold, silver, and copper all have in common? Well, if you're looking at sectors, absolutely nothing, right? Well, the one thing we just proved they all have in common is Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy works with all of them. Doesn't matter what sector they're in. Doesn't matter whether it's oil or whether it's money. Doesn't matter whether it's the indices, which is money, right? Or natural gas. The strategies work with everything. Every one of Coach's trading strategies that he teaches us day in, day out will work with stocks. They'll work with stock options. They'll work with futures. They'll work with crypto. And I'm sure they work with bonds. I don't know. I don't trade bonds. I've never done that, but I could pretty much guess that the answer would be the same there. Coach's investment strategies work with any time frame, any product. Check it out. That's why I say everybody should be. Coach says the same thing. I did for the first solid year, nothing but the EWO strategy, 2-minute EWO strategy. I don't know. Have I shown you that it does work? Well, you only showed us on one of them over here. On them. Well, I don't care which one you want to pick. It don't matter to me. Well, let's just go back there. Let's go to gold. Let's go to gold, and I'm just going to randomly swipe to the right and back in time. There we go. Where she stops, nobody knows. All right. So here's gold. I got to get the chart to where the candles are at, right? Here's an EWO. We'll pick this one. I am on a 2-minute here, right? Here's my next candle larger than the first. Bang. Okay. So this is where I entered. I'm entering on a short because this is to the downside. This is where I would have entered, and then I have to get out. So I got in basically right up here, right? If I trace this across, was that not a profitable trade from here down to there on a short? Of course it is. Oh, that was just a fluke, Mark. Well, let's go way back. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm still swiping. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go back to the start of an EWO. Here it is. I won't even look at the chart. Candles are up here. Here's this. There's my first bar color change. There's the second one, which is what I want to do when the next bar is larger. It's not always the second one, but in this case it is. All right, so now let's pull our candles down. Well, Mark was cheating earlier. He was looking at the candles. Well, okay, I didn't there, did I? All right. What did I do there? Where did my thing go? Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Let me pull this down a little bit more. So there's my entry point is right here, right? You just say just above this line right here. Let's follow it out. Did I make money this whole trade? Huh. Look at that. Look at that. Do you need any more convincing how effective Coach's strategy is? 2-minute EWO. Is there any reason to trade anything else? Again, you have to learn when to get in. If just because this says to get in, you want to look at the rest of the information that's on your screen, right? And I did that in a matter of fractions of seconds, right? under 2 seconds, I knew that would be a good trade. I mean, I didn't see this till I pulled it down, but I would still look at it, right? And evaluate. So I received all that education and training from Coach. The things that I'm telling you is nothing of my original ideas. I got it from Coach, right? I hear it every day. I'm here every morning. I'm putting in the time. I got up every day and was starting trading at 4 a.m. and I stayed there all day long, right? To learn and to grasp not only from Coach, but from other members, other moderators. We have a lot of knowledge based in our community. We have people that's never traded before, are highly successful. I never traded before a day in my life. I retired because of the principles. Man, I got a dry spot. Hang on 1 minute here, please. So I applied everything that he taught, and I was able to fully retire from working any 9-to-5 job. So there you go. I just showed you that worked, right? Any doubt in your minds? Any questions about that? Are you not convinced? Are you not entertained? Huh?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
There you go. You can go ahead and clap if you want. If not, I'll clap for myself. So as you can see, I'm a big believer in playing the EWO, and I mentioned earlier. Matter of fact, one of our other mods, who's also a scalper, decided she was going to do the same thing. And back to playing the EWO. Man, oh man, I got one spot in my throat's dry. Hang on. Occupational hazard. Anyway, it's because I'm talking with my throat instead of my diaphragm. Sit up straight, Mark. All right, there we go. Went through this same thing, scalping all the time, doing hundreds of trades potentially in one day. Kind of getting a little crazy. Same conclusion I've come to. I'm over trading, right? And you get to making poor decisions sometimes. Now, believe me, me being a scalper has been very financially rewarding, so it's hard for me to convince myself intellectually that I should quit trading as much, right? Go into holding longer, trust my indicators. Putting it into practice is harder. It's easier said than done type of thing. But she's now been on a multi-week where she's back to, because she never did EWO. She went straight to scalping when she first started trading, right? And you've heard her talk about it before. So now she's trying to employ the longer buy once, let it run 2-minute EWO strategy, right? It's hard. It's very hard. And she was talking about that today in our training. She's doing it. She's having good success with it. Great success. It's just getting over that, sitting there watching it make you money instead of actually clicking the button in and out, right? You know, as a scalper, I could make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just 9 trades between here and where up here, right? Where if I'd have played the EWO, get in here, there's nothing here that said for me to get out of the trade. Yes, there were pullbacks, but there was no reason for me to sell off, right? Because it's the criteria that we use that you learn at AmericanDreamTrading.com would tell you to stay in this trade. There's no reason to get out of it, right? And you learn that. All right, so I could have made 1 trade instead of making whatever I just said, 7 or 8 trades. So that means I incurred 7 extra transaction fees that I gave to the broker for no reason, really, right? So it's a mental thing, right? It's something I need to work on me with to get better at that, to kind of reduce. And again, every time you click the button, you're putting your account at risk, right? That's another thing. So, you know, if you're going like a wild man or woman clicking in and out, and you're not reevaluating your trade upon reentry, you know, you could get yourself into a lot of losing trades that way. Where I just click it once, kind of sit on my hands and watch, right? And watch as it goes up. And the only thing I got to watch in this case is these 2 lines right here. If it doesn't break and hold below either one of them, I'm good to go. If it does break and hold below here, well, then I know my other criteria is here for my line in the sand personally, right? So that's why I'm not exaggerating when I say 99.999% of all traders should be employing coaches 2-minute EWO strategy. Well, maybe Mark McSee just has to make a commitment that he's going to do nothing but it and sit there and wait, right? Again, just the thought of doing that scares me. But then again, that's all I did the first year. I didn't know how to scalp. I didn't know what a L2 order book was and use it to make money with it, right? It's a tool. I didn't use any of this stuff. And I was successful beyond my dreams in my first year, right? I made slightly more than my annual income going to work at a factory as a salaried employee, 12 hours a day, 6-7 days a week, right? So you too can do it, right? Doesn't mean you're going to have guaranteed success. We don't ever tell anybody that this by doing this you're guaranteed to be profitable. You still have to have the training, education, and experience in understanding how to do this. You have to put the work in to learn all these things. What do I need to know? What do I need to watch for? How do I chart? How do I get effective lines of decision of historical levels on my chart? When you put all those tools together, now we have a novel that I can read, that I can speed read in seconds and decide whether I want to enter the trade. And actually, if you really want to push it, there was only really one place here to get out, right? And then even though I got in down here, if I was really dedicated, yes, I could have shed holdings there. I could have stayed in this trade. It did break and hold, but it never really did drop below the 55. Now, I guarantee you I wouldn't hold it that long. But technically, you just really don't have to get out till the 55, really. There's no way I could have held that. I'll tell you that right now. But as you can see, I could re-enter, and that's the beauty of trading futures. You can get in and out of trades all day long as much as you want. So I could have just re-entered here. And again, would I not be if I had re-entered here, right? It kind of dipped down. Let's say I wasn't paying attention. This went against me, right? I didn't get in out here at the top. Well, I could re-enter back down here again, right? So I would have got in here. Is this not higher over here than where my entry was? Look at that, right? So I could have rode that puppy all the way up to there, and then it pulled back again, right? Went into a red EWO. I could have played the red EWO here, played that down, right? So that's how effective this strategy is. Look, see, these are just random places that we picked out, right? This isn't the current price. So here we're back to present time, right? There you go. As you can see while we were talking, I could have got in here, rode this up, got out up here when this candle pulled back. Now it's starting to form a red EWO, right? Again, I got to reevaluate here to decide whether I want to enter that trade. Rinse and repeat all day long, right? Less stressful way of trading versus scalping. Don't we all want less stress in our life? I do.
I will second that one.
There you go. Speaking of, you have any comments on or questions there? Ange, who's one of our moderators here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Anything you want to add to that, EWO?
No, I think it was good. I came in a little late to it, but I trust your judgment.
Ruh-roh. But I just
No,
wanted to
I
prove to you,
agree.
even at random, any place, just scrolling and picking the first one I see, it works, right? Not cherry picking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And when you do them in real time, it's just the same. Like, hindsight trading is great, right? Because you can
Right.
go back and you can teach and learn. But to be able to pick it out live or in motion, it's just as easy. It takes the train. It just takes you to see one, in motion to catch it.
Yep. We'll let this one run here. Okay. This would have been my entry if we had. Hasn't really moved a whole lot. So I'm not buying a new car on the money I made from this trade yet, but it's just starting, right? So we'll let it run. I'm not going to sit here and watch it, but we'll just let that run, right? It's on gold. If I remember, we'll come back to it. Okay.
I'll pull it up too for fun.
Okay. Here's the gold one. Got in here. Am I still not making good money? Pulling back a little bit, right? I've got to make some decisions if I was in that one. That's the most current one. This is how it works, right? Or you can scalp. You can do however you want. What you don't want to do is mix the two together. Pick one strategy and stick with it, all right? Again, I tell you, I'm a scalper. So, but I believe in it so much because I did it personally. It's all I knew how to do. It's all I was, let's say, qualified to do, right? I didn't know how to scalp, right? My first year. But then since I became a scalper, you tend to get, your brain tends to crave that rush, adrenaline junkie rush of getting in and out of a trade, locking in profits, bang, 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 right? You've seen me do it here live, right? Even though it's a paper trading account, you've seen me in that last 15 minutes where we've traded, right? And I'll make 100 here, 100 there, 75 here, 400 there, bang, 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 right? And that feeds your brain a certain way, right? And you thrive on it. And to go from, and like I say, the member I was talking about, to go from being a scalper to being, going back to the EWO or learning the EWO, it's a big adjustment to your brain to sit there and just, oh, what do I do with my hands? What do I do with all this free time? Why I sit here, kick back, relax, drinking coffee, reading a novel. I don't suggest doing that, but you still got to actively manage your trade, right? All you really have to do is move up your stops as it goes up, right? So, as this goes up in price, I got in down here, right? So as this climbs, once it gets up so far, I can slide my stop up. As it goes up some more, I can slide my stop up a little bit more, giving it breathing room, right? That's its own art that you need to learn how to do, how to use your stops, right? But once I move it up, I guarantee no matter what happens, if the market would suddenly just crash, you could lock in your profits, right? By moving your stop up as it goes up. So it's it's easy to understand the general principle behind it, but there's a lot more to it, right? And you'll learn that over time. And then doing, understanding it intellectually, what you're supposed to do, and actually employing it, now you got a different thing, right? So, all right, what other questions do we have here? Let me go over here to TikTok. I see Doug, one of our moderators and trainers, is also over there answering the questions. Yeah, BMAC, Coach makes scalping look easy. Yeah, it does look easy. Very stressful, though. Do I know which study might be similar to? Yes, I can't tell you. I've never had Thinkorswim, but there is a similar study. As a matter of fact, we even developed a EWO script. One of our members had done that, and I don't believe it's been updated. We don't actively provide support for Thinkorswim. We do for Weeble. It's not. We do have a lot of Thinkorswim members, though. I know we have a bunch of them that use it. One of our members helped develop one for that. Now, I don't know how it's been updated. I've never had a Thinkorswim account, so I can't really help you there. Is there anybody in your future trader? You got Thinkorswim? You may not be.
Yes, I do.
Do you use the EWO script that you guys? I don't know if you were involved in that or not.
I had to create it myself, but I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it works fine, but I still go back to TradingView.
Okay. Yeah. So, oh, look, Vegan Knowledge is here over on YouTube live chat. Hi, Vegan. How are you? Hey, make sure you tell that Dawn that you're my favorite. She already knows it because I tell her every day, but, it doesn't hurt to reinforce it. Yeah, there is one. You could create your own. You can look online. Again, I know we had the script, but I haven't seen anybody post anything lately in our Discord about it. If you join our free Discord, or if you're already a member, you can search. There is a search feature within the Discord. You can look up Thinkorswim EWO or something. It'll probably take you to those discussions on that script. It's just not something that I can help you with personally because I've never had that account. Yep. There you go. So anyway, everybody should employ the 2-minute EWO trading strategy. All right, what other questions we have? The JSMT 3628. Do you belong to our Discord? It's free. All you have to do is go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Scroll down about halfway, join our Discord. There's a good reason to join our free Discord, nothing else. You may be able to search for that script within our Discord. And I think once you get here, you'll see a lot of things you like, and you'll probably hang around. And if you don't want to hang around, hey, we're not offended, right? It's not for everybody. So.
It's in the paid members area, Mark.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
Okay, well, free members, you won't get to see it. Okay. Did you find that then, Doug? Where was that?
Actually, it's in the education and training videos, so it should be available to the free members. My apologies.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, it's in the how-tos.
okay.
It's like
Again, we don't know if it's
3.
updated for the current versions of the
4.
TOS systems and all that. You'd have to do it.
Yeah.
Unless you know how to write your own code like Future Trader does.
It's the 4th video up from the bottom.
Okay. There you go. Head on over. AmericanDreamTrading.com. All right.
Yeah.
We're getting
They've
into the
got
last.
the-
Go ahead, Doug.
They got Super Trend, Ultimate Volume, Weevil Style VWAP, EWO by a certain person that wrote it, I'm guessing, and then EMA Cloud settings between the 21 and 55, and how to add the moving average exponential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the simple MA 200. So
there you go.
It's all there.
Look what's available to you if you just come on over and look at it. There you go. I don't know how many more reasons you need. TOS users. Weeble's probably the largest broker that most of our members use percentage-wise. But TOS, I would have to say, is probably the second largest. And we have people with just about every broker you can imagine also. So if I was in this EWO, would I not be making even more money just by making one little click of a mouse, right? All right, here's my entry again. Got in right here, right? Let me just draw a little line here. Would have been my entry. I'll put me a little temporary line on there. We'll make it hot pink because, I like hot pink. We'll make it a real thick line and we'll make it a dash line. There you go. That hot pink line. So everything from here up is profit.
So, and I think about this too, right? Like, so I'm a scalper too. I love to scalp. I'm just like you, and I look at it from a scalper's perspective. Had I not, and I didn't get into this, but I've been working on the EWL. Had I got into this as just doing scalps, how many times would I have gotten into this? I think this is how I think about it. How many times would I actually gotten into this in real time?
Mm-hmm.
How many times would have I been spooked out by a red candle potentially coming back to the 9 and missing opportunity where I could be making profit along the way?
Yeah.
So I would have actually, and this isn't just hindsight because I've done this enough at this point now where I can say this for myself. I actually make more money by doing, and not that it's always about money, but what are we in here for, honestly? I actually make more profit by doing the EWO than I would have as a scalper, just scalping it. So that's what I take from this.
Yep. Well, I made 6 figures my first full year, which I started in January. My first year, I made 6 figures doing the EWO strategy. Right? Low 6. Barely over 6. Right? So, right? Yeah. Yeah. My first year. So, it works. David's done over $500,000 in his 2 years plus, just by doing Apple, EWO with just one stock basically, right? It's all he trades. He does the EWO. He teaches the EWO every day. He's proven the EWO works as a, if you want to call it a third party, right? Even though it's coach's strategy, David as a member had to prove it to himself that it worked. And he shared his findings with everybody. And everybody's like, wow, when a salesman tells you something, you think, this guy's just trying to sell me something, right? Well, no, it actually works. Here's the proof, get people. Here's my actual, how many trades I did. I did 96 trades, and this many were successful, this many weren't, this many I broke even on, yada yada yada. David had it all wrote down, all the statistics, and he presented it to everybody, and it just further lets us know the coach does know what he's talking about. So, man does know what he's talking. So, again, employ that. This is just one strategy. But it's like I say, this is the one everybody should be doing. Maybe Mark needs to go back to doing it also. So, I just love scalping though. I just love that thrill of the chase.
David also trains us every Saturday on his trades that he made over the week as to why he got in, when he got in, confluences that he used to make his decisions.
Yep.
All works.
Brandon does agree with you, Ange. It is about the money. Yes, it is. That's why we're doing it. It's why we go to work at any job, right? And this is I consider this a job. It is. I mean, this is how I generate income for my family, right?
Well, we preach that it's mechanics first, right? So we got to get the mechanics down to begin with. We can't be thinking about the dollars. That's why so many people come in and they're like dollars, 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 but really it needs to be mechanics, mechanics, mechanics first.
Right.
Yeah.
Look
so
at ES.
Then we preach that.
Look at that take off. Huh. Well, this has been a good EWO play. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I'm jealous I'm not in it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is, if you do jump around a lot, oh, let me look at this one. Oh, no, let me look at this one. Oh, no, let me look at this one. Oh, let me look at that one, right? Then you miss all of them, right? So it's good to focus on a few, right? So what one did I say we was looking at? Oh, right here, gold. All right. Gold to the downside. Well, that one didn't last a whole long time, did it? Right? It went flat. So this one, at best, maybe when you might have broke even because we've seen it fall apart, we would have exited the trade pretty much where we got in, right? So this EWO, you may have made a couple dollars, but I'm going to say at best, you probably broke even on that one. That one just kind of fizzled out. But again, I also know that I wouldn't be trading this at this time of the day because what do I tell you every day? Metals and currencies don't have the volume at the last part of the day, right? So it's not really that great of a trade to be trading, period, right? Plus it's channeling. But in this case, this just shows you that not all of them end up working out, right? It's not, no one trading strategy is 100% successful, right? Now, in this case here, I would have been managing it. At best, I would have broke even, right? Because it come back and reverse back up. But you can see, when you see dojis, that's indecision. There's just no volume there. Yes, there was a question about volume. How do I know about volume? How do I consider volume? All my charts have a volume indicators down here, which is the only true as it happens indicator. Rest are lagging. I don't look at this. Can't ever remember saying, hey, what volume does this have? Some people do. They want to see certain levels. I don't. When I'm talking about how do I know it has volume? I'm watching the L2 over. Is this thing spinning around? Faster that moves, the more volume it has, more price up and down and everything that it's moving along with. So see how this is just churning pretty good over here, right? See all the numbers? I don't need to look at this. And this is pretty much because I use this L2 so much, it's part of my trading strategy. And I'm dependent, I don't know if it's the right word, but I use this to make money with, right? So yes, I love using it. Not as much with the indices, especially because it moves so much, but with the gold and all and the euros but I do use it. I am watching it. I'm looking for them big walls. What's the indication it might be going? That 158 down there at 18, 16. So this may want to pull down to that level, right? So I do use it. But I'm looking here. I can see this L2 moving around like a slot machine in Vegas, right? Wheels or tumblers are spinning. Well, if I go over here and look at natural gas, that would be under here. Hang on, that's under energy.
That last candle on ES was a stop killer.
Was it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Natural gas doesn't trade this time of the day. It's done trading, so that's why there's nothing on this yet. But even oil, right? Go this way.
Yeah. Anybody hiding their stop just below the 21 just got
What the heck is this thing doing here?
picked off.
The heck is this thing all sorted that way for? Well, anyway, that's how I know whether it has volume. This is the word I was looking for today. It's moving around, so I can glance at there. I can see that. I mean, I may not even be accurately looking at it, but I can see that out of the corner of my eye that's moving, and I confirm it down here. But I really don't look down here that much, quite honest with you. I'm watching my chart, and that's why I have my L2 where it's at, because it's for my active chart, how I keep when I'm trading and where I keep my charts at, right? So it's right there. So anyway, we're at about 8 minutes, so all right. Chris Gordon says you don't think EWO's on E-Trade. Yeah, they probably don't call it EWO. I've seen other ones that'll just have it listed under oscillators. I've looked at different ones that you can look at for free. A lot of them, it'll just be listed under a term oscillator type indicator thing. It's not the same true indicator as what Coach uses. It's a modification thereof. And Coach's trading strategy is already based on something that's pre-existing. That's the Elliott wave oscillator. Mr. Elliott designed this, and this is how this moves, right? It's a mathematical calculation that's built into that wave. And there's probably 50 different trading strategies that you can use with an Elliott wave. If you go look it up, you'll see people discuss it. Coach has developed his own, which is the 2-minute EWO trading strategy. 33 years in the market. He found out that for his style of trading and the way he teaches, that's a good way to use the Elliott wave oscillator. And there's a whole strategy built around with that. And it's not just this wave, it's that plus these other things that you see on my chart. Combine them all together, yeah, you got a pretty good winning combination overall, right? Again, results not guaranteed, implied, or even insinuated. You still have to make your own decisions on every trade, and as such, every trade involves risk. As us at American Dream Trading, including myself or anyone else, we are not licensed financial advisors and can never give you financial investment or tax advice. That will make our lawyers happy now that I've verbalized that, even though that says that on that scroll across the bottom of your screen. So we're not a call-out group. We're here to educate you. So, but what you need, it doesn't matter what trading strategies or coaches that you use. Pick one, master it, right? We had a new member join our futures group today, right? He's pretty much new to trading also. He's been watching for a while. He's got a basic understanding, but I asked, he doesn't really have what he's going to use to trade with. So I told him that same thing I tell everybody here every day. 99.99999987653% of all of you. Sorry, I was reading Brandon's comment up there. Should be doing a 2-minute EWO strategy, and I directed him for resources for that very thing here at American Dream Trading, because he's a paid member and he has access to all of those things immediately. Yeah, Brandon, I don't know that it was actually Sam Elliott. That's the actor with the fantastic mustache that every man would love to have. Oh yeah, he's a good actor. I like Sam Elliott. Getting up there in age years.
I don't know. That thing would tick him on nose too much.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Keep that thing looking like that. He's got a man's mustache.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, there we go. There's the 2-minute EWO and copper. Not a whole lot of money, but it still works, right? What about silver? We'd enter down here, right? It's kind of flat. You'd really, I don't know, you'd really have to have a good entry on silver to, it's just the way it is. There we are in oil. It's still a good EWO, right? Again, everything's flattening out. We now have 4 minutes left, so we're not going to be playing those anyway that way. But anyhow, I thank everybody for being here today. Hopefully you learned a little bit about American Dream Trading. Hopefully you learned a little bit about how effective Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy is. But to be really trained on it, you want to up your game, come over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Get in there, get one of them membership packages. They're all laid out clearly on our website. They're also clearly laid out inside our free Discord. As a matter of fact, our creative talents inside American Dream Trading, our mods that are very talented, have just released a new chart that lists every membership that we have and every benefit of every membership in one handy dandy chart that you can look at and compare in a flash. Let me see if I can find a copy of that. I'll maybe try to get that tomorrow. That has a comparison chart that has everything listed together and shows you in one concise chart all the benefits and what's included in each chart. So check that out. Come over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Get that free Discord. Get in there and take a look at it. You can look at it on one little handy dandy chart. And also, for further reference, it's also listed, built inside the website. I don't know if the chart is actually posted inside our website yet. It was just the final product was just released the other day, over the weekend, as a matter of fact. So go over to our Discord. I'll try to, if I remember, I'll try to get that to where you guys can view that tomorrow. You can take a look at it and see all the different things that are available. You know, Coach covers that a lot in that video, but it's hard to cover every single benefit that we have. So we now have that in one place. So there we go. I do thank you all for being here today. Again, if this is your first time being here, make sure you click subscribe. For those of you on TikTok, joining Coach's account over there, make sure you click subscribe to that. Our other main account that we use to transmit on, we're having technical issues with at the moment. That hopefully we'll get that resolved here pretty soon. You'll be able to get back on that one also. For those of you on TikTok, make sure you go to like YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or Twitter, X, Instagram to get our other accounts so that you have a backup account in case one of them doesn't work for whatever reason, whether it's on our end or their end or the interwebs end. A lot of things could go wrong. So please check that out. Make sure you click subscribe. This broadcast will be available for immediate review, like all of our live broadcasts are, over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Don't forget, at 5 o'clock today, you can go over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, and join our gracious and wonderful and energetic and beautiful host, Dawn, over there for the aftermarket show. Check it out. It's a lot different format than what this is. It's really laid back. They have a good time. They'll even joke around, but you can ask questions over there. You can discuss trades over there. She usually has a theme of the day that she uses to educate you additionally. It's more relaxed after the market closes. Check that out. It's called the Aftermarket Show over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. I thank you all for being here today, and make sure anybody you come in contact for the rest of the day that you would leave a positive and lasting impression on. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same bat channel, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.